In their own small ways, the survivors were touching and positively affecting lives. The memorial park was up and running. The victims, families and friends had a place to remember, and the public had a place to relax and reflect. But was that enough? What else could be done to discourage or minimize the risk of such an event from happening again? According to Esther Kemoli, the Memorial Park manager, the involvement of young children in a peace-building program could be a good start.
Everyone is talking to adults and the youth about peace, but no one is talking to the kids. And the kids, from when they are young, the psychologists say that you can shape a child from when they are 8 years, you can easily bend them.
With the media constantly awash with images of violence, and with more and more kids having access to the internet and violent video games, children are acting out realistic violent actions seen in the media.
When we learned about the history of what caused the bomb to happen and what, we know these people are indoctrinated from childhood. So that's why we said, let's start from childhood. Because in our system, in our homes, children are not taught how to cope when there's conflict. The base instinct is to fight. Protect myself, destroy the other.
It is for these and other reasons the park initiated the Peace Builders program in 2007. The main objective of the program was to offer education that would promote peace building among children through simple and practical programs offered by the Memorial Park. The Peace Builders Club was born of a need to reach out and teach children in primary school the importance of living in harmony with each other and their neighbors, and the need to condemn acts of violence in society for peace to prevail.
Here I stand, announcing peace. Peace, 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 a wonderful thing. We should maintain peace at school and at home, for when we have peace, our plans will work out fine.
The key elements of the education project were peace building at individual and community level.
Many people died, many people lost their loved ones. If there was peace, none of these things would have happened.
Forgiveness and compassion, breaking the cycle of violence and replacing it with new ways of dealing with conflict and developing peace initiatives.
We have to have a society where everybody has a chance to express themselves, but to express themselves through acceptable means. And terrorism and bullying and force and violence is not an acceptable means.
In 2008, the program morphed into a club, the Peace Builders Kids Club, which was launched in April 2008.
We are Peace Builders from Nairobi South Primary School.
With a club kind of structure, the program kicked off at the Memorial Park and continued at various schools.
The kids come to the park, we take them on a tour, and then we have what is called a stirring up session. During the stir up session, we just prompt them, on what they know about peace, on how they resolve conflict, on what kind of conflict issues they have at home and in school. And it's a discussion, so we let them talk and express themselves. Then after that, we teach them on how to form a club, and they go back to their school and form a club. But what happens is that it's not just a club for fun. We give them like a challenge for the term. So the challenge can be for them to identify what is a key issue. They discuss those issues and they try to identify ways in which they can overcome that challenge.
Each school or a group of children registers to become club members and needs an adult to be a patron of the club. After registration, the children make visits to the Memorial Park, and here students are taken through educative interactive sessions with the Memorial Park staff and various resource people.
Can you see here there are a lot of waves? Yeah? And that side is very peaceful. There is nothing like it's okay.
We're going to start with the watching of the film.
As the students watch a video of the bomb tragedy during a startup session, their faces tell it all. Shock, sadness, disbelief. What the kids learn during this time is expressed during an art and craft session. During these sessions, the kids are given the term's theme and activities to follow through once they are back in school. It is hoped that after these sessions, the children are able to positively influence their school community, and that's exactly what the students at Logos Christian School are doing. The Peace Builders Club members have taken it upon themselves to ensure peace and resolve disputes arising in class and in the playground.
You guys, I think we really need to know the importance of peace. Of course, this was an important march, but I think that if you have a problem with the decision that the authority made, like the ref, I don't think that you should go, yeah, shouting and screaming. I think that you should talk to the ref. In your life, if you have a problem with the decision that the authority has made, talk to the authority nicely. Then maybe they listen to you.
On the other end of town is Mukuru Kwanjenga. This is a slum in the eastern side of Nairobi. It is one of the largest slums in the city. Here, like in most slums, insecurity and violence reign. However, for the Peace Builders Club members at the local primary school, violence is no longer an option in conflict resolution. According to the club patron, Mr. Nedero, cases of bullying and fighting were rampant in the school. However, with the inception of the club, the members took it upon themselves to deal with conflicts arising in the school.
When we are playing with some girls in the village,
the students have taken the practice further into their homes and neighborhoods.
Tell them to make peace and create peace.
Usually, the club members meet once a week. And during these meetings, the challenges from the previous week are addressed. And through song, dance and drama, the message of peace is reinforced. In 2006, the Peace Club founders decided to spread the club's wings to other parts of the country. After approaching various school heads, the feedback was not positive.
No one thought we need peace education, but we persisted and persisted, and then after a while, that was 2007 April, we had the elections.
However, all this was to change following the post-election violence in 2007. Following the disputed election results, violence erupted in the country, and hundreds of Kenyans lost their lives and thousands more were displaced from their homes. Eldoret, a town in the Rift Valley, bore the brunt of the violence, with communities targeting each other along ethnic lines. The scale of the violence in Eldoret and the number of families and children affected prompted the school heads to re-evaluate their stance and invited the Peace Builders patrons to establish the clubs in their schools.
In February, the same schools that were telling us Kenya is such a peaceful country, we don't need this, were calling us up and telling us, that program that you talked about, we need it in our schools.
Emotions in the schools were still raw, as told by the Peace Builders patron at Central Primary School in Eldoret.
We used to have problems of children living in groups, of sitting in groups, grouping each other according to their ethnicity.
The transformation was not easy, but slowly.
We have seen less violence in schools. We have seen a lot of discipline coming up in schools, and we have seen even the academic performance doing, improved so much in the areas where there was violence. And we have also seen that there is also the spillover of peace to the community through the parents, because the children have actually acted as agents of change in their individual families.
The script is the same at Chesegem Primary School, also in Eldoret town. With many affected by the post-election violence, the inception of the Peace Builders Club at the school was timely. The club members, keen to emulate Kenyan Nobel Peace Laureate, the late Wangari Maathai, have taken it upon themselves to take care of the environment.
They planted all the trees alone. They were able to dig the holes, and then they brought manure, the local, the organic, and then they put and then they planted.
Over the years, the club members have consistently attended the World Environment Day and are responsible for the greenery all around the school. Cheplosgay Primary School is just next to Kemba Church. At the height of the post-election violence, families that had sought refuge inside the church were burnt alive when arsonists from a rival community set fire to the church. Most of the students in the school lost families and friends during this incident. This prompted the school to set up the Peace Builders Club to help the different communities deal with the violence they had observed and start the process of healing.
We saw a need of maybe having a peace club. So many people were affected in this area.
There has been a definite change in the students, and this has spread to the community. The students are proud of their achievements, which have involved tree planting and beautification of the school. In addition, the Peace Builders Club members, with the help of the community, set up water projects in the school, ensuring students had access to clean water where previously there was none.
To make sure there is peace and order in the school.
3 years ago, the Peace Builders Club was started at Border Farm, also in Eldoret. With only a handful of students during inception, the club has grown in leaps and bounds to over 200 students and counting.
It has reached a point that I cannot handle the club as one. I have to split it, maybe have a junior club and a senior club.
The major achievement has been the setting up of a computer lab. This was done with the assistance of peace builders from a different area of the country who were quite impressed with the peace builders' activities at Border Farm Primary. And as the Peace Builders Club seeks to positively influence the character of the children, the vision remains.
We hope that we'll educate more children, but we'll have a greater impact. We're looking at schools, in Nairobi, be it a school in the slum, be it an international school, influencing their community.
Despite the physical and emotional scars the bomb tragedy victims and families carry to date, their message, like that of the Peace Club members, is unanimous.
No matter what happened over 14 years back, we have gone through many challenges, ups and downs, but we have also had good times where we have been inspiration to many people in the world. And therefore, time has come for us to preach a message of hope, peace, and reconciliation to the world. Because the world needs peace more than before.
Mungu ambariki na muondolee hiyo roho ya kurusha hizo bomu.
And I'll take an initiative to talk to people about peace, to tell them how good it is.
Have a firm belief, then you should be able to articulate that and convince people and influence people by the force of words, not the force of violence.
The Peace Builders Club may be a small voice in the wild, but slowly and surely that voice is being heard. And it is hoped that the children will continue to hold a candle that will hopefully be the leading light in the years to come.